Yuri Tielemans must sign for Liverpool in January transfer window. A former player with close ties to Liverpool said in the January transfer window that Yuri Tielemans is the player we need to sign. Liverpool are currently in contact with many players in the market shortly before the start of the January transfer window. Even though Jude Bellingham is the biggest contender for the summer transfer window, the view away from the top four in the league increases the importance of the half-time transfer window. Freelance players in the market attract a lot of attention because it is undesirable to allocate a large budget for a short-term solution. One of these names is Leicester City star Yuri Tielemans, whom the Reds are interested in during the summer. The Belgian star recently donned the captain's armband for Leicester during Johnny Evans' absence due to injury. Tielemans has scored 3 goals from midfield and assisted once in the Premier League this season. Former Liverpool left-back Jose Enrique commented on a potential move to Anfield and posted clips of Tielemans scoring long-range goals for Leicester. Clips included their last effort against Everton and the Wolves. Enrique dropped the note, "This is the player we should have signed in January." Tielemans' contract at Leicester expires in the summer and he has yet to put pen to paper with the new terms. He can leave in January for a reduced fee or sign a pre-contract deal with a foreign club in the winter before a summer transfer. There's a lot of interest in Tielemans from the Premier League, but Liverpool are among the clubs that have linked up in the past 12 months. Other forerunners include Arsenal and Manchester United, which are most heavily linked to the midfielder. News from Europe also linked Tielemans with transfers to Real Madrid and Barcelona and said he could strike a deal in January if he wanted to. The Belgian player has previously expressed a desire to play Champions League football, and with Leicester he may be a few years away from doing so. Liverpool's pundits and fans have been eager for their club to sign Tielemans for some time now, with Enrique latest on the list to support the move. Tielemans' style and football are very similar to Klopp's Thiago. In his role as a deep playmaker, he is really good at his job, and with the passes he makes behind the defense, he makes passes that will put the attackers against the goalkeeper. Moreover, he is in the foreground with his long shots. This season, he drew attention especially with the goals he scored from afar. It does not fall below a certain standard and has a stable image every match. Obviously, given Thiago's injury propensity and age, there is definitely a need for a player who can give him rest and have an alternative. Klopp is already aiming to use it all season by using it in a limited way. With Tielemans' contract status clear, he could be the perfect signing. He is still 25 years old and open to development. Moreover, he is used to the tempo of the Premier League, and since he joined Liverpool, it is highly likely that he will not have any adaptation problems and will quickly get used to the team. He looks like the perfect signing for Liverpool. Do you think Yuri Tielemans can succeed at Liverpool? Fabrizio Romano announced the separation. In Liverpool, the players who will leave are as important as the players who will come. Because it is very difficult to fill the place of the missing players, and high testimonial fees may have to be paid after separations with low returns. In addition, considering the income that cannot be obtained from the players whose contract will expire, a much more annoying picture may emerge. As we just mentioned, Liverpool are also looking at free agents or discounted transfers considering these reasons, because the contracts of some of the midfielders in the team will expire. One of these stars is British star Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It is reported that Liverpool midfielder Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is expected to leave the club as a free agent in 2023. Because there are no negotiations on a new contract for him at Anfield. The 29-year-old has spent most of this season injured, although he has struggled for playing time recently. So maybe it makes sense that Jürgen Klopp is no longer part of his plans, a walkout for the absolute best of both parties. Oxlade-Chamberlain joined Liverpool from Arsenal in 2017-2018 and initially had a promising start at Merseyside. He has won major trophies such as the Champions League and the Premier League. Still, Fabrizio Romano suggests Oxlade-Chamberlain's future is far from Liverpool. It will be interesting to see where the former England national team ends up, but there will definitely be a few suitors from the mid-table Premier League clubs. Recently, we told you that Southampton is interested in the British star. Liverpool are making plans to sell him in January, as the player's contract is near expiration. Oxlade-Chamberlain's latest fitness record isn't the best, but she still has a lot to offer when she can stay in shape and play a range of games. If it doesn't sell in January, Klopp will consider using it until it leaves. Liverpool found Virgil van Dijk's successor. After a disappointing tournament in Russia 4 years ago, Serbia is back and seeking revenge. They will have the perfect opportunity to do so after being placed in an eerily similar group with their two rivals Switzerland and Brazil in the World Cup group stages in Russia. Once again, the Serbs will enter the tournament as the tallest team in the competition with so many towering figures that will look intimidating when they enter the field. But it's not a side focused on strong physical football. Serbia's stars may be tough as nails, but they can also play football, and there are many technically talented footballers like Sergej Milinkovic-Savic on the world's global stage who have a point to prove it. Alongside the stars who made it to the tournament 4 years ago, there are also a few new faces on the roster that hope to stand out at the tournament. One of them is Strahinja Pavlovic, 21, who stood out in the Champions League with Red Bull Salzburg this season, and is also one of Liverpool's eyes in the tournament. The Reds' friendly relationship with Red Bull is evidenced by their numerous past dealings with them. Which means Pavlovic should at least get Liverpool's attention. But it's not just these connections that Liverpool keep an eye on the centre-back. Pavlovic fits the profile of a typical Liverpool defender. He is extremely fit on the ball and has the ability to propel him into dangerous areas. Effective in one-on-one combat, he's a player with the physicality and air command to dominate the tough physical challenges in the Premier League. He also has the speed needed for any defender on Jürgen Klopp's defensive line. He can make quick and agile decisions in narrow spaces. Being left-footed makes him stand out as a rare type of defender in the modern game. It makes it a commodity that many of Europe's elite have always sought. With players like Virgil van Dijk and Joel Matip, it seems like a logical move, given that the club's top defender options aren't getting younger sooner or later. Even with Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate representing a potential future partnership at Anfield, rejuvenating the roster with someone Pavlovic's age seems essential. Pavlovic is a player with the potential to easily replace Van Dijk or Matip when it's time to leave the club if he continues to stand out at Red Bull Salzburg and put in strong performances with Serbia at the World Cup. While Liverpool hope this is a long way into the future, it's better for Julian to prepare now than to panic later. Moreover, considering Joe Gomez's questionable performance this season and Ibrahima Konate's injury problems, this transfer becomes even more important. Another central defender, Nat Phillips, is expected to leave the team, and it seems quite logical that Pavlovic will replace him.